Imagine spitting out your morning coffee as Dr. Phil drops a bombshell on live TV. We're going to get into the gritty details of his latest revelation on child trafficking at the U.S. border as he discussed it on The View. Expect shocking stories, hard to swallow facts, and a critique of the media's handling of such critical issues. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you thought daytime TV was just for celebrity gossip and cooking segments, think again. Dr. Phil, yes, the mustache of reason in a sea of daytime drama, he brought something to The View that turned heads faster than a free giveaway on an episode of Oprah's Favorite Things. Now, before we go any further, let's pause for a moment. Just picture this. Little kids crossing our border with phone numbers and addresses written on their skin. It's unbelievable. It's dark. It's the Biden administration. Dr. Phil wasn't there to chat about his new book, We've Got Issues, for nothing. He was there to serve a cold dish of reality that's hard to digest. Let's watch this.
My understanding is that you went to the southern border. Now, you're saying that you're going to give people facts. What did you take away from that experience, and what kind of reporting are you going to be bringing back from that experience?
I'll tell you a fact I took away. I talked to the head of all the border guards down there, the head of the union. I asked him straight up, kids are coming over the border with numbers written on them, phone numbers and addresses. Mm-hmm. Do we check those out? He said, well, we call them. Is it possible that we're sending them into known prostitution rings or sweatshops? He said, it's not possible. It is absolute.
Absolute.
We are using American tax dollars to ship children into known prostitution and sweatshops.
Some children.
Well,
you hear this? All children or some children? That's a lawyer tactic. She's trying, lawyers try to discredit a witness, in this case, Dr. Phil, or the jury, in this case, the audience. All children or some children, because the likelihood that all of the children, it could be 99 and 44, 100%, but that's not all children. So if he answered all children, she would have come down on him and discredited him. Then we're not supposed to believe anything else he says. But this isn't his first rodeo.
Well, who knows?
Okay.
We don't know. I said, are you?
So what kind of checking do they do? So
He
just asked, what kind of checking do they do? He just told her they call the numbers.
Call the number and say, do you know about this child? They say, yes. Will you receive them when they come? Yes. I said, is it possible that that's a prostitution ring? He said, we know enough to know that in a number of cases, it has turned out to be absolute sex ring. It has turned out to be an absolute sweatshop. I said, how is this possible?
Well,
and he said, it is happening.
What do they do then if they know that that's happening? Where is the U.S. Attorney's Office?
Where's the U.S. Attorney's Office? Sonny Hostin is acting like we have a federal government today under the Biden administration that gives a shit about people who come across the border. They look at them as unregistered Democrats, and they look at the children as younger unregistered Democrats. I mean, she's despicable.
Here's the
damn good question.
You have to re-ask that question when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had to kill the segment because he was bumming them down. All right. First off, can someone please explain to me how so many parents, mothers, fathers, would send their child over 1,000 miles on their own, knowing that the cartels who bring them up here to our border will probably sexually assault them, boys or girls? What kind of culture sends their kids off on their own that far of a distance, knowing that many people die trying to get here? Now, I know the old way of the Democrats, the way they used to do it, was they would have the kids come in and we would take care of them. The Obama administration would then contact the parents and say, hey, we got your kid here. Do you want to come and be with your kid? And then the parents would get here. They unite the family. They'd say, yeah, what the hell? Why don't you stay? Again, they see these people as unregistered Democrats. All right. They even called hordes of them dreamers, as if they were special somehow and as if they were not illegal because they were underage when their criminal parents brought them in illegally. You see, the members of The View are members of the left, like the woke supremacy. Remember when the left came out against the movie Sound of Freedom and acted like it wasn't based on a true story? They said things like the movie was overhyped and that it's really not that bad. Well, the reality is that child sex trafficking and child sweatshops are in nearly every country around the world. But According to the experts, the worst is inside the United States. Now, that makes sense because in the United States, we have far more people. And when you have far more people than most smaller countries, you find a larger pool of degenerates and sickos who will harm children for money. And in the United States, there are more people among the degenerates and the sickos who have the kind of money to be able to buy a child to destroy their life. Now, I don't know about you, but this gets me really angry. We got a full-on fox in the henhouse situation at the border, and the View biddies want to flap their beaks over paperwork and, oh, is it really true? Never forget that the View is that daytime TV staple where facts take a back seat to, well, views. Meanwhile, thousands of children are getting harmed coming across that border. Dr. Phil said that the expert there said it was an absolute. So in the end, our DHS is paying the people on the border to make phone calls to what can overwhelmingly be a bunch of cartel people who are going to pick the children up when they come here. And the fact is, part I didn't show is Dr. Phil said the reason that they make the phone calls and don't follow up with an investigation is because the Biden administration has made it so that there are so many people coming across our border that they're overwhelmed. The only thing they can do is process them. So the only thing they have time for is to make that phone call and then hand the kid off to whoever comes and claims his name. Fact of the matter is the Biden administration requested funds for 87,000 IRS agents. Well, why didn't they bring in 87,000 Border Patrol people so that they could do the processing better? They should have turned them around. Look, if they turn them around, the message will go out. You know, the door's closed. You know, business is shut down. You can't come in anymore. But that's the opposite of what this administration wants. All right, guys, smash that like button if you think it's high time we prioritize children's safety over bureaucracy. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share our videos with like-minded friends who want to stay informed with what's really going on. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
You don't need that protection. I will walk on